We are a bunch of people from the startup world and the venture capital world that came together to do something purposeful, which we believe the African Tech Vision actually is. We'll get to a presentation of the team, but let me first start with saying who I am, what my background is. My name is Sahela, and I'm a venture capitalist. I have African roots and have had always a true desire sort of to learn more about the African entrepreneurship scene. And I've just seen a lot of potential. I mean, personally, I have to say the strongest women that I know are the Moroccan women that I grew up with. Morocco is the country of my parents, my home country. And I always wondered, why are there not more, female entrepreneurs, these strong women with all that passion, smart backgrounds? Why they're not starting more businesses? And once looking into the startup scene, very early on, sort of we found out that there are certain barriers. So the potential is there. The women are amazing. They have great ideas and they build companies that are meaningful, that actually have a positive contribution to society. But there are certain barriers, such as access to relevant networks, such as access to know-how and knowledge, or access to capital. And these were the things that, we took a look at, and we were wondering, could we maybe, help or support with certain areas? Could we open up some of the pathways to support these amazing women to unlock all of their potential? And this is what the African Tech Vision is about. It's completely hands-on. This is a program which was built from people from the startup world. We are not a corporation. We are not a large institution. We are a very small team, and we do this all pro bono because we truly believe in all of the potential of the African female founders. And this is what the African Tech Vision is about. We want to, unlock and empower African female women at scale. This is why we are here, why we built the program. And when I talk about us, it's time to take a look at our team, who we are. I briefly said what my background is. I'll just quickly add that I'm a tech venture capitalist. I invest in deep tech companies and run the venture capital arm of the automaker BMW Group here in Europe, and invest in tech companies in the later stage. So for me, it is very, very, very inspiring to work with early stage companies, because the companies I typically work with are a lot farther around in their journey. And as mentioned, I have African roots, which is where that passion and desire comes from, to work with amazing African female founders. And maybe Sheila, you want to, go next?
Yes, thank you. Hi, everybody. My name is Sheila. I am German. I'm currently living in Italy. I have 28 years. My academic background is in hospitality and tourism. I have worked with a tourism startup based in Berlin for a while last year. And since the beginning of this year, I'm more involved into the startup ecosystem. I have been the operations associate for Techstars Accelerator. And since mid-2021, I'm working for a startup consulting company. And I joined the African Tech Vision in mid-March, shortly before the program. And together with the operations team, I am helping to put together the program's workshop and social events. I'm going to hand it over to Mooney.
Hey everybody, my name is Mooney. I'm, like everybody else here, very passionate about the African Tech Vision. And I think what Sohila has built up here with the entire team is wonderful. And sometimes, you see these slogans, but whatever is said about the African Tech Vision, it's really there. It's a family feeling. Sohila said it's the tribe feeling, everybody supporting each other. And we are very much looking forward to the next program, because everybody will support each other. The mentors, the founders each other. We are there for you. And I'm just glad to be here.
Lovely. What about Hani? You want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Hani Zuhudi. I'm a founder. Currently co-founder at Afia Record, which is a health tech platform, and I'm part of the Africa Tech Vision, the founders team. Some of you, I believe, we've met through the interview process, and I'm really excited to meet everyone, and for the next program. Thank you. Mohammed, over to you.
Hi, everyone. Really good to have you here. My name is Mohammed. I'm originally from Cameroon. I've been leading the founders team for almost over a year now. Yeah, we've had a great success with the first program. Looking forward to the second one. Most of you have chatted with me at least offline through email communication. So our job is really to make sure that you have the best experience end to end from the first email to the last person you meet at African Tech Vision. So feel free to ask your questions. We are here to support you, as Suhaila said. And yeah, really excited.
Awesome. So Amadeo.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amadeo. I do support the African Tech Vision with the lead of the mentors. And my experience with the African continent comes through my engagement with the United Nations. I had a couple of technical cooperation projects and the privilege to work with brilliant people from the continent. And this is what I seek to continue and had experience during the first program. So a wonderful pleasure. I'm a startup founder by myself, so I know what it takes, and I know how much challenges there are on the road. And I'm very happy to connect you with the right mentors, the right people to support you on your journey. So really happy to get engaged with you.
Lovely. And then we have Amina and David, as far as I can see.
Okay, I'll just go first. Hi, my name is Amina. I am both German and Moroccan. I'm about to graduate with like a postgraduate degree in transnational law, and I don't have much experience when it comes to the startup world, but I feel this is a very good and important project, and I felt like volunteering here would be a good use of my time, and I'm very happy to be here and support you in every way you need. Thank you.
Then we have the Grandmaster David in the call.
Well, happy to finish it up. Yeah, David, I work at Techstars. I guess we are the largest or one of the largest early stage VC investors globally. And it's just really important to me that we make sure that there's opportunities to mentor, but really just empower entrepreneurs wherever they want to set up their businesses, that they have the tools, they have the access, they have the networks to be able to do so. And ideally to avoid some of the common pitfalls that lead to unsuccessful experiences. So I'm working with Amadeo, helping support him to make sure that you guys have the technical mentors, subject matter experts, business mentors, emotional support, all of that you need to help your business get to the next milestone.
Awesome. Lovely. I see that in between, we also have the chat going on. Perfect. People are popping in what they expect of the program, which Sheila will cover in her presentation of the program. For now, I just want to say that the people that you've just met are people from our team, but the team, as you can see by the pictures here, is larger. We are a quite large team, and this is one of the unique parts of the African Tech Vision because it's a very personal experience. So we make sure that even though we're just a small volunteering organization, that every founder that has been selected and is accepted to the program has a one-to-one relationship. So there's a success lead for every founder, making sure that they are talking to the right mentors, that they're matched with the right people, that all of their needs are covered as far as sort of we have content that we can provide or experience that we can share. So that is really differentiating in this program. It's not standard out of the box program, so quite unique and quite in person, and therefore it's quite small because we want to keep up a very high quality in terms of content, but also in terms of experience, in terms of mentors that we bring in. So with having said that, I'd like to get to the next slide and sort of talk a little bit about what and who we actually are in terms of what do we believe in. I do hear a background noise, so could maybe one of you mute their microphones? Perfect, lovely, thank you. So basically, first and foremost, this point about why are we doing this? Why do we believe in female empowerment? And the core here in our belief set is that women, to us, are the backbone of every society, and this is true also obviously for Africa. They are like the change makers. They're the glue that holds up the entire society. And we see, and this is not just personal perception, but this is backed by data and research, that women build purposeful businesses. Women tend to build businesses that have an impact on society, and women actually reinvest their wealth in community and family, other than just in themselves. So if you open up a pathway for one woman, this changes the life of many others to come around her in her community. So when we talk about change makers, when we talk about the future of a continent, women have a pivotal role, and empowering women actually have a positive impact on the entire society. So this is why to us, it makes so much sense to have a strong focus on women. And to us, this is the smartest investment of our efforts, of our time, and of our energy, because we see here that this has the highest leverage at the end of the day. We obviously don't know it all. We never will tell you that we know it all. We do our very best to make sure that in our team and in our set of mentors and in the content we provide, we cover as much diverse perspectives as possible. And we want to do this because we respect Africa. And we know that it is not possible to take a blueprint from the Silicon Valley. David, for example, lives in California. I'm headquartered with my business in the Silicon Valley. And yes, while there are a lot of businesses that are great that come from the Silicon Valley, whatever they do might not work in a certain African country. It's just not the way how things are. So if you want to work with African founders, it's important that you adapt the knowledge to make it work in a specific context of the country that the founder is in, or of the countries that the founders want to scale into. So we make sure that within our team, as well as within the mentors, we have strong and good subject matter experts, but we also have the diversity of having 50% parity. So international mentors and African mentors, so we can actually deliver that very unique experience and show that we have that true, honest respect for the continent and for everyone sort of living there and building up business. When we build the experience of the African vision, Mooney has already said it, we have the picture in mind of a tribe. And I purposefully don't say family, we are all happy family, but a tribe, because a tribe is something that is long lasting. So if you become part of the African Tech Vision, you become part of a community that is here to support each other. And this is not just during the time span of this program. This is not just a 10-week tribal experience and we all never see each other again. You are part of this community. You can still, work with your mentors, work with the team, reach out. So this is truly, a long-term perspective that we take into the growth of your entrepreneurial journey, and we would like to be part of this on a long-term perspective, because if you want to achieve that type of sustainable growth that we are looking for, this is nothing that can be done quickly in a matter of a couple of weeks. Having said so, we still designed a program for you that gives you a lot of content, a lot of input, and the possibility to meet outstanding mentors and outstanding female entrepreneurs. So you are around your peers, you are around people that truly want to support you with everything that we have to offer. So this is what the African Tech Vision is about. This is just a small perspective on our value sets, who we are, why we do this. And I hope that this gives you a little bit more meat to the bone, so you know what this is all about. And with having said that, I'll hand over to Sheila. She'll walk you through the program. And thank you for your attention so far.
Thank you, Suhaila. Okay, so you now got a little bit of an introduction. It's time to get a little bit more concrete and to understand what is actually in it for our female founders who become part of the program. So as Suhaila already mentioned, the heart and soul of the program are our international and African mentors. They are all handpicked. So we are connected to them personally. We have them in our network. They are all onboarded by our amazing mentor team. So this is how we ensure the quality. And the quality of the mentors and their mentorship for you, for the founders, is what is especially important to us. And we know for a fact, and I think also Sohela mentioned that before, that often the quality of the mentors in other programs are not what founders expected. So we really put a focus on that. They are from different expertise areas. They can help the founders with fundraising, marketing, HR, sales, and many more. So our goal is to match you in the onboarding phase, so during the first 2 weeks of the program, with a lead mentor that has expertise and experience in the field that you as a founder want to know most about, and where the coaching of this mentor or the mentorship can really make a difference. Our mentorship is then rounded up with a high quality content throughout the 10 weeks of the program. So there are workshops and there are seminars with experts or our team members. And in those workshops, we'll go in depth with some of the most relevant topics. And again, we're trying to find out the most relevant topics to you in the process of onboarding founders. So we're flexible with that. We have a list of topics that we're going to cover for sure, but we want to adapt to what is needed by the founders. I do hear something in the background, so I just want to ask kindly to mute yourself in case you're not speaking, so we don't have any interference.
And just checking in, Chimaka is writing that she can't hear us, but I'm assuming that the rest in the call hears as well. If that is not the case, please type in the chat so we can see if this is a problem that affects just one person or if there's something with the audio settings.
Okay. Can the rest of my team hear me?
Okay, so the rest can hear us. So we just got the answers in the chat, so we're good to go.
Okay, great. So, and the third part that I want to mention is that besides the mentorship and the workshops and seminars, you're also becoming part of a network, and not just a network of mentors, but of other entrepreneurs and of the other founders in the program. And we have had as a feedback from the past program that this is something that also creates a lot of value, to know that there are other people maybe the same stage of their entrepreneurial journey that you can exchange with, maybe in a different stage, you can exchange experiences and information. So this is a high-level overview of what you as a founder can get out of the program. I want to cover the basics again. So the program is completely free of charge. We don't ask any equity. And I want to also maybe mention at this point, because there was a question in the chat, that we are not investing in startups. Somebody was asking about that. So we do not make an investment. We're here to support you with mentorship, content, and the network. Our team is taking care of the mentor matchmaking. And as I mentioned, we will decide during the onboarding phase where are your biggest needs at the moment, and then do our best to find a lead mentor that is right for you. During the 10 weeks.
Sorry, there was a question on mentoring. Someone wants to know, how often do I meet my mentor? How many mentors do I have? So I'm talking about mentors. You want to give more details here?
Sure. We'll also get back to that later, but I'm happy to jump in on that now. So our goal is to match you with one lead mentor. And with that mentor, you should meet at least once a week. So while we're selecting the mentors, and we have Amadeo and David here, who later on can also ask more in detailed, answer more in detailed questions about it. But we're asking the mentors to have a certain amount of time per week reserved for you, which should cover at least one meeting, but it can be more, of course. It depends on the mentor's availability and on your availability as well. During the weeks of the program, you should invest at least 5 to 8 hours. And these 5 to 8 hours are covering our workshops, our seminars, our social events. So there will also be weekly touch points with the rest of the founders, with the African Tech Vision team. So we also plan time for that. And yeah, to meet your lead mentor. And there are also touch points with your success lead from the African Tech Vision. So talking about mentors, you have heard now a little bit about the program. You have met the team or part of the team, and I just want to show you a few examples of the mentors in our program. These are a few examples from the last program. So as mentioned, they are international, and we also have mentors on the ground in Africa with specific knowledge about the local ecosystem. And there will be others focused on topics like financing, leadership, management related topics. So there's a full variety. To get a full overview of our mentors, please have a look at our web page. We will share the link with you. Maybe one of my team can share it in the chat. You can have a full overview of the mentors that are currently onboarded and already see some of their faces and some of their experiences. And then getting back, how does it work? What can you expect? And what does it really mean for you as a founder to be part of the program on a daily basis? As I mentioned, in order to get most of the program to grow, to have time to be part of all the workshops and everything that we offer, you should reserve between 5 to 8 hours per week during the 10 weeks of the programs. Again, we do the mentor matchmaking. We will have one lead mentor and access to a whole pool of domain experts. So it will not only be your lead mentor that you can meet, you will also have access to a big network of other experts that can help you on the way with a variety of topics and challenges that you might have. We do have a community. We are connected on Slack. We're trying to keep our Slack channel as active as possible throughout the 10 weeks. And the Slack channel is also yours for also after the program. So you can always connect back with the other founders and with the community. We do have the weekly workshops and fireside chats. We do have founder stories. So we will invite other founders, and these founder stories, I think, are one of the most valuable part of the program. That these are informal sessions where we invite other female startup founders, and they will share with you the highs and the lows of their entrepreneurial journey. So it's very personal. You can ask your questions. It's all about knowing the problems and the issues that come up throughout the journey. And we had great sessions in the last program, and I hope we'll be able to organize many of them for the coming program as well. And then last but not least, you'll have access to the African Tech Vision for life. So we'll always be there for you. You can always come back and chat with us and chat with your co-founders. And this is what we really want to do. We want to create a community. So I hope you're now well prepared with most of the important information. And at this point, I would like to hand over to Hani. So Hani, she hasn't mentioned that before, but actually Hani was a founder in our first program. And she afterwards decided to become a volunteer to help us with her experience to make the second program even more focused, founder focused and valuable. So she's going to share with you some more insight about the benefits of going through the program, and also more details about what we're looking for as a founder. So stage is all yours, Hani.
Thank you so much, Shayla. That's amazing. Yes, fun fact is I was part of the founders team for the first cohort. So we are the guinea pig for the program. We were able to go through the program earlier this year, and I was so impressed by everything. At that point, for me personally, I was going through a few challenges where there was a bit of confusion. We're getting a lot of traction, but with the growth, I didn't know we didn't have enough internal structures to allow us to grow. So I needed the support of mentors to be able to do that. And one of the key highlights for me was during the interview process with Africa Tech Vision. During the question they were asking me, they were able to pick some of the challenges that I was experiencing and match me with expert mentors who were able to guide me and assist me with my challenges. So that is one of the benefits for Africa Tech Vision, is that you get personalized coaching and mentors. So you'll be matched with experts who will be able to support you and meet you where you are and be able to work with you and walk with you through your challenges. The other thing is we have virtual event and content workshop throughout the entire 10-week program. So you are able to interact not only with other founders who are cut across, and most of the time you find that you are able to support each other and communicate and learn from each other. And also the other thing is the great support ecosystem. So Haila mentioned that we are a tribe, and I truly believe that is the case, because even with within the first cohort, we were able to meet with very interesting founders. Personally, I met with Daisy, who is also running a health tech platform, and I thought I was the only one in Kenya, which was a bit of a relief from my end to be able to interact with someone who shared the same challenges, the same experience as me, and were able to bounce off ideas with each other. Next stage, please. Yeah, thank you, Sheila. Yes, so what are we looking for during the program? So basically, we're looking for female founders in Africa. So that is critical. And you might ask why female founders specific. As Suhaila mentioned, we are the most underserved community, and most of the time we find out that we are bold, we have the knowledge, we have what it takes to make it, but unfortunately we don't know how to go about it, how to approach the situation. So this is a program for female founders who have very high interest to learn not only from various experts, but also from each other, from different people across different markets. So the fact that it's a Pan-African program allows you to also learn, and also comes in handy if you are looking to expand to new markets for your startup. Typically, we're looking for early stage companies, so between seed, ideation, and Series A. And you might be wondering what that's, if you fit the criteria. So if you have an idea, an MVP, a basic MVP, and you know how you've set up your website, you've set up your platform, your tech solution, whether it's a mobile app or it's web-based platform, and you are currently starting to interact with and service clients, then you are the right fit for Africa Tech Vision. And if you are a bit advanced, but you haven't, you've raised up to your seed fund and your Series A, then you are still a good fit for Africa Tech Vision. In my case, we had raised pre-seed funding, but we were looking to grow to the next stage, and I needed a lot of support in that aspect. And Africa Tech Vision, in terms of my mentors, were able to even, Michael Lynch was actually one of my mentors, and he was able to help me through the fundraising aspect. The other thing we're looking for is highly driven founders who are looking for a global network, and they're looking for that community, that tribe where they can share ideas. We often tend to think that what we're experiencing is unique to ourselves, but it's typically not the case. The entrepreneurial journey is typically very lonely in most cases. So this community will allow you to also share and experience with the rest of the founders. And the last thing is that you must be based in Africa. So we are looking for founders who are operating and their businesses are registered in Africa and they operate in Africa, so that they are promoting and hiring Africans and contributing to the economic growth of Africa. So what are some of the upcoming dates you should be able to keep in mind? So application is currently open, and they will proceed until February 11th, 2022. During that application, will hold another meet and greet, just so you can be able to get more insight and interact with the rest of the program. If you're still not at ease in terms of whether you are the right fit, you'll be able to answer your question so that you can put you at ease. The other key date and crucial date is that the program will run in March 2020, will kick off in March 2020 for 10 weeks. So we should be ending around June. During that time, as Shayla mentioned, you will need to dedicate at least 5 to 8 hours on a weekly basis for various activities. Some of the activities during the program that will be able to interact and run is we'll have the first two weeks set for the onboarding process, so everyone can be able to get introduction. This is the time where you also get to, through David, who is an expert in managing startup, has been able to organize a mentor training, almost like a dry run, where you interact with him as the way you'll interact with your mentor, just so you can understand the mentee and mentor relationship and how it works, and to set you up for your actual mentorship meetings with your mentors. The other thing is, during the third week, we'll kick off the actual mentorship program. So it's at your own discretion. This is the time where you'll be able to have control of your own schedule and be able to set up mentorship session with your mentors at depending on which date is you are at peace with. During the entire 10 weeks, we'll have various workshops, we'll have various mixers and interaction. One of the very interesting sessions for me during the last program was the mixers, where we interacted with all the mentors, all the founders, and it was great to also speak with different mentors other than my main mentor, and it was awesome. And during the last week, we'll have a graduation where we can celebrate all the achievements, and hopefully there'll be big milestones that we will have covered during that time.
Thank you so much, Shani, for running us through your experience. I think we're ready to move into the question and answer part, but I would like to just remind you of what Hani had said before. So applications are open now. You will find the link to our application form, which is an easy to fill out form, in the chat in a little bit. Otherwise, you can visit our website where you will also find the link to apply. And yeah, let's kick off the question and answer session. How do we want to go about that? Should we run through the questions in the chat that have been written, or do we just want to open the verbal question and answers?
I'm just checking. I think we have answered the majority of the questions in the chat.
Okay.
Just checking in if there's something missing. I think we talked about it. Might be worthwhile if Amadeo mentions quickly something about our mentors. I'm not sure if we talked enough about this, but this is the key differentiator between our program and others, that we are all professionals. We are working in the startup field for a long time. So a lot of the mentors that we source are people that we know, either friends, people that we have worked with. So this differentiates a lot of the people that our mentors with African Tech Visions wouldn't mentor otherwise. They are mentoring with us because they buy into our vision. Their professional backgrounds are very strong.
Yes, thank you to give me an opportunity to speak about our mentors. So our mentors do cover the entire spectrum that you need for running a startup. So really from leadership to fundraising to also marketing and product. And in each segment, we have really top-notch experts, not only from around the globe, but also from Africa, people who really understand the challenges on the ground. So this is very important. And we do have people who are serial entrepreneurs and who have been covered by big television news networks like BBC or CNN for their businesses on the continent. So there are amazing people around. I want to encourage you, have a look at our website, check the mentors over there. But yeah, for example, in product, you would have access to people who work in London for Google and leading the activities for the Android product at Google. You would have access to VC managers from the Bay Area and have been award winning. So you would have access to, for example, in terms of media and content, to real leaders at global brands like Condé Nast, which is with the Vogue magazine and GQ and other international magazines, really worldwide recognized and really successful. So have a look. Those mentors are handpicked. They do know what they talk about, their specific niche. They have an international perspective, and we do have really people who have an international perspective, but rooted in Africa. So I think this makes it a really good experience. And Muhani, maybe you can also share like how it was actually to work with your mentors. Like, what have you been expected? How was it in reality? And how just simply how it felt and how you could benefit from it.
It was really an eye-opening experience for me. My expectation was I'll have someone just tell me, oh, do this and do that, and that is it. So I was coming in from thinking of more of a coach, someone who will just tell me what to do rather than someone who will guide me, allow me to think for myself, but also guide me to the right direction. I met really interesting mentors who were able to crack some of the biggest pieces or challenges that we're experiencing that have had direct impact into the business currently. And to say it out, we are actually currently about to close our seed fund, which is a huge amount undisclosed currently, but all that through is because I was able to put in the work, be able to be willing to learn and not think about it that, oh, I'm not able to do this, so I'm a failure, but rather than this is a challenge that needs me to learn and I can grow from it and I can benefit from it. It was definitely an eye-opening experience for me personally.
Thanks, Hani. Thanks a lot for sharing. There's a question, Sheila, coming up in the chat about whether the company needs to be tech-based. Do you want to take that one, or shall I answer?
Hop in.
Alrighty. So yes, the company needs to be tech-enabled, we say, and it's because of the mentors that we have in the program. So as Amadeo said, if you go to our website and then you navigate to mentors, on the menu, you will see who these people are, and these are people from the tech world. So as important as every business is, but if you are, for example, you have a mom and pop shop, or you're producing a handcrafted bags, and I'm not making this up because we had applications like this. You have a beautiful business, but it's not going to be a business where someone from Google or Facebook or whatever tech company can actually meaningfully support you, because these people don't know anything about your business. So when we say tech enabled, what does it mean? Of course, there are, the fintech companies or agri-tech companies that have technology as their core part, their core DNA. It doesn't have to be that simple. It could be a business that, has an app, so it's app-based, or where the main distribution channel is through the website, has a web shop, or a business that is in transformation, to use more technology to scale up the business. But the reason why that's in our name, the African Tech Vision, reason why we require this is because otherwise you will not be able to benefit from the content that we prepare for you. The content is also, focused for tech startups, and not be able to benefit from the mentors that are around. And this is why tech needs to be built into the company. It needs to be a key enabler and a key part of the company.
There is also another question about the stages that the companies should be in. So what if the company is pre-launch? Does it still qualify?
Mohammed, you should take that. Mooney, maybe you want to chime in? Oh, there he is.
I don't know, my internet is not the best, but I'll try to answer. Yes, I would say. So there's no yes or no answer in this one, right? It's okay. I'm gone.
No, we can hear you.
Really, you can hear me? All right. Then
Yes.
there is, I think the answer to this question is really tricky. We evaluate applications on the whole basis, right? We just don't evaluate your products. We evaluate the team, the idea, the traction, and a lot of other things. And so if you have not yet launched your products, then there are other things that might cover for it. So we encourage you to still apply, and we evaluate applications holistically. I think that's what I can say about this question.
And in addition to that, there is a big differentiation between just having an idea on a piece of paper or being close to your launch. You might have built already the platform. You might have started, you might be still just one person, but you have done already a lot, and it's not just a rough idea. So it definitely should be more than just an idea in your mind. There should be a business that is established. There should be a registered company. There should be sort of something tangible, first customers maybe, or close to the first customers. Because again, the people that you will be working with, the mentors, they are high profile, and they wouldn't be the right fit if you were at a very, very early stage and just have an idea for a business in mind. All right, anything else coming in terms of questions?
You can also unmute yourself and ask directly.
Yes. Also, feel free to show us your beautiful faces. We would love to see you. No, don't be shy. Open up your cameras. There's no opportunity to be shy, by the way, in African Tech Vision. Hani will remember we make the founders pitch very often. So we train them in how to pitch, how to present their company and themselves properly on sort of a virtual or on a real life stage. And we make sure that they train this. So this is maybe the last time you can be shy around us, and then we'll if you become
You'll
part
be
of the
thrown
program.
into the deep end.
Yes. Definitely. All right, let's see if there's anything coming in terms of questions. I mean, we're not gone. Obviously you can ask your questions also later on if something comes up on via email. But this is the opportunity now, and this was just all about presenting to you who we are, what we do, why we do this. Why we do this next to our crazy jobs, which is a little bit insane, but we love working with you. So we have just as much out of this as you have.
I would like to add something here. Mooney speaking. Ladies, we've met you in the interviews. You're very strong and powerful women. So I'm really astonished to see that none of you grab the microphone and just ask a question.
Yeah, it's always like this, right? In a group call, like, who else is here? We don't see the faces. I might not just open up my microphone. So don't worry. I don't know if we should drag it longer. If there are no further questions, I think we're good to go. You've seen our faces, you know our names, our backgrounds. I think this is an important piece of building trust. And
I have one question.
Yeah, hi.
So my company, we are planning to launch our beta version at early next year, aiming like end of February, beginning of March. I am a first-time founder, and so there's a lot of, and I'm also a sole founder, so there's a lot of moving parts that I could obviously use mentorship in. If I was accepted into the program, would you guys kind of help me to identify, the best place for me to kind of target a mentor? Because I may have an idea that I think a person who has expertise in this sector may be best, but having also insight into, is that question clear?
Yes, I think Amadeo or David, as part of the mentors team, should take that one.
David, do you want?
Yeah, I was waiting for you. I was happy to go either way. Yeah, that's precisely the case. So we actually want to sit down with you and understand your business. And it's as you say, you might have an idea of what's the kind of profile that you would want, but we're also trying to understand what's really going to help move the needle in your business during the time that you're in this program. So it might be that we have a different suggestion of, I think this kind of technical expertise is really what you're going to need to get your business to the next milestone. We'll work with you on that. It won't ever be that we are dictating to you, oh, we think this is the kind of mentor that you need, but we'll have this back and forth so that we really understand your business. We understand the challenges that you're facing. We also understand where you think you need support. And then we'll work together to try to find mentors that fit that niche. So I hope that makes sense.
Thank you. Yeah, very clear.
Perfect. And adding to this, we also make sure as a Learning from First program is that we give you enough room for meeting spontaneously cool mentors that you click with, because it's not just subject matter expertise, it's also personal fit that is important for a mentorship relationship. So there will be those frequent social events, networking events, virtual ones, where you can meet other founders, but also other mentors and, quickly get to know them. And sometimes it's just a personality fit that is the basis for a long-term great mentoring relationship. And therefore that is something that we cannot analyze, just based on data and subject matter expertise and questions you have. But in addition to that, with the mock mentor meetings that you have at the beginning with your success leads, that are happening actually before you meet your mentor. So the first 2 weeks, these are happening. We are already, getting together to the point where we talk about what areas where you need support. And very often our experience was that actually other questions came up in the mentorship relationship than initially expected. So a founder might think, oh, I need maybe help with go-to-market, but then in the mock mentor meetings, we find out that actually there isn't a very clear picture on customer segmentations, who the customers are actually, which is a basis to determine the right go-to-market approach. So this can change over time. So it's very tailor-made. This is why our program accepts very few founders, and with a very high ratio of team people being matched with people, founders in the program, because it's tailor-made to the people that are in the program.
And just to add to that, because Sahila raised a really good point, I would say approach mentorship not just thinking from the standpoint of the business, but particularly in your case, I think you said you're a solo founder. Think about you as an entrepreneur as well. And those two things sometimes are very separate. What you think the business might need is different from where you think you could develop either as a leader or what have you as an entrepreneur. So I would say definitely think about that and discuss it with your ATV lead, because there will be opportunities to cater to sort of both interests.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right.
I was just thinking, I think I know for a fact there are a couple of people in here who were interested in becoming a mentor for the program. So maybe Amadeo or David, you could share just a couple of words about that as well, like what's the process? And then maybe some other questions regarding that are coming up.
Yeah, this is pretty simple. Actually, you will get a link from us to a forms. You need to fill out the application form so that we have all the data that we need. Then we will get back to you, have a call with you to see whether this is a fit for the program. And then you will have the decision whether you're on board and are part of the mentors team, and can work with our founders.
Where can the mentors find the link to the application as a mentor?
Yes, so this is the application for new mentors is not yet published. So we do fill our pool with our mentors from the previous program, which is one of the success indicators. 90% of our previous mentors want to continue with us and want to continue with working with you guys. So, but the new application will be ready soon. For the meantime, just reach out by email and check out the website again and reach out by email.
Perfect. Any questions? Anything else? Awesome. I think we're set. So Sheila, do you want to wrap it up?
I think we said it all. So what's left is to say thank you for joining. We shared the email in the chat, and you can also see it here. So in case later on tonight you wake up and you remember you forgot the one question that you wanted to ask, just send us an email. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, make sure to apply. Where, as we mentioned, applications are open until mid-February, but places are limited. So yeah, even if you have doubts, just apply and we'll be able to meet you and figure out if it's a fit or not. So there's nothing to lose. Give it a try, and yeah, we're looking forward to meeting you in the future.
And think about empowering also other amazing female founders. We did see in the first program, founders sharing the program with other founders, friends, people that they know. And we love that. We thought this is not competitive. This is just about bringing in the best people. And we love the fact that women, showed up for other women and sharing this program with their community. So if you have a friend or someone that you think would definitely benefit from such a tailor-made program, please share it. We want to make sure that we have an amazing group of women that really enjoy those intense 10 weeks of working and growing together. We're looking forward to your application. Thank you very much.